Yeah, welcome everybody, and especially welcome and gratitude to you, Bindaji, for offering this class to us. So this is our third class on the Taitareeya Upanishad. The prior two classes are available on replays here, and they're also available on YouTube. In Bindoji's profile, there's a link to the YouTube channel called Advaitic Talks, where there are many of his classes, including ones that were never here but were in other venues. So I highly recommend those. We'll have the usual format of the class today. We'll have the part which Bindaji presents, and then we'll open it up for people to come up and discuss things from the class, ask questions related to the class, as we usually do. And just to remind people, we usually have this class here Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. IST, which is the same on the same day as 10 a.m. Eastern Time, if that helps people in other parts of the world to know. And then on Sundays, a general Advaita Q&A here at the same time. So we invite you all to join us. And if anyone listens to replays, or there's one person here who hasn't joined the house, it's open to everybody. Feel free to join. So thank you so much for everything, Bindaji, and especially in parts of when you were teaching Nasadiya and the first class for this Upanishad, you know, the different things that you're really bringing to our attention in terms of how we understand these teachings and how we go about our spiritual path. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Artemisia. Thank you, Prakash. Namaste and Hari Om, and welcome to all of you to the third session of Taitareeya Upanishad. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parambaram Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Beda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shamno Bhavatvaryama Shamna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Siksham Vyakhyasyamaha Varnaswaraha Matra Balam Samasandanaha Ityuktakshikshadhyayaha Sahanau Yashaha Sahanau Brahmavarchasam Athatasam Gitayam Upanishatam Vyakyasyamaha Panjaswadikaraneshu Atilokamadijaudishamadividyamadiprajamadhyatmam Tamahasagumhitaya Nitya Chakshate Athadilokam Prithivipurvarupam Dyauruttararupam Akashasandhihi Vayusandanam Ityadilokam Athadijaudisham Agnipurvarupam Aditya-Uttara-Rupam Apasandhihi Vaidyudasandanam Ityadi-Jaudisham Adhadi-Vidyam Acharya-Purvarupam Andevasyuttara-Rupam Vidhyasandhihi Pravachanam Sandanam Ityadi-Vidyam Adadiprajam Madapurvarupam Pidotararupam Prajasantihi Prajananagam Sandanam Ityadiprajam Adadhyatmam Adarahanupurvarupam Uttarahanuruttararupam Vaksandihi Jihvasandanam Ityadhyatmam Iti ma mahasamhita eva meta mahasamhita vyakhyasya veda sandiyate prajaya pashubhihi brahma varchasena nadhyena suvarghena lokena. Iti tritiya vak samaptam. Now we are going to the fourth Anuvaaka. Fourth Anuvaaka is Meda Shri Kamajapa Homa. Medadi Siddhyartham Ahavananti Homa Mantraha. So, in the fourth section, it is for attainment of knowledge of Brahman, and one needs to have a good memory, sound health, adequate food and clothing. These are the things which are being prayed in this one. This section describes the rituals for attainment of these particular requirements. Now we have a general feeling that Vedas and especially Upanishad is for detachment and abandonment, sannyasa, tyaga and all those things. But it is not always the case. Even a jnani like Yajnavalkya, having done all the teachings, he still does all these things for his students and the upkeep of the Vedas. So here there are two sections. One is by the student in the first part, and the following part is by the teacher. Now the teacher is also doing the japa and homa for the benefit of the brahmachari himself and for the world. So we'll see how this is developing in the fourth section. So Chaturtha Anuvaak. Yachandasam Rishavo Vishwarupaha Chandobhyo Amrita Tat Sambhuva Samendro Medaya Sprunotu Amritasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medaya Pihitaha Srutam Me Gopaya Avahanti Vitanvana. Now, when you look at this, Yaha means which, Chandasam Rishabhaha, the chief or the main aspect in the Vedas. Chandas means Vedas here. So, he who is the main in the Vedas, that is what is being referred to here by Yes Chandasam Rishabhaha. Vishwarupaha, and what is the form of that? Is all pervasive. Vishwarupaha. Amritat, and from the immortal, Chandobhya Adisambhavuva. From the immortal Vedas, Chandebhyaha means from the Vedas. Amritat Chandebhyaha, which is the Visheshna Visheshyam. Adisambhavuva. Bhavuva means happened or born. Sambhuva means Vishishta. Samyak Bhavuva. I mean specially born out of the Vedas. Adisambhavuva is Adi is a prefix for it to indicate from where it has come. So from the Vedas is from where we come to know about this all-pervasive Vishwarupa Rishabha. Yaha means that which is. Saha Indraha. Yaha Saha Indraha. That which is now known through the Vedas is he or that Indra is the Lord. Ma, me, Medaya, with the wisdom. Sprunotu, may enliven. So, may enliven with the wisdom of this Indra, who is born out of the Vedas, and he is the chief or the main for the Vedas. Deva aham amritasya dharana bhuyasam. Deva means, O Deva, O Lord, I amritasya of the immortal knowledge of Brahman. Amritasya means Amritam is immortal. It's only one Amritam, that is Brahman. So Amritasya means of the immortal Brahman. Dharana, possessor. See, I will come to that later. Okay, Bhuyasam, may I be filled with the dharana or the holding strength or the understanding or absorption power of the Vedas, of the immortal Brahman through the Vedas. So, he is also known as Indra. So, to that Indra, to one which is there, is the chief of the Vedas. To him I am doing this prayer. And what is that further this thing? Me shariram vicharshasam. May my body be fit. Vicharshasam means fitting or in all good condition. Bhuyat is to be added. It is not there in the. So, me shariram vicharshasam bhuyat. Me jihva madhumattama bhuyat. Let my tongue, jihva means tongue. Madhumattama means sweet. Tama, the suffix tama is showing the most sweet. Let my tongue utter only the sweet or the most sweetest of what I am holding or processing from the Vedas. Karnabhyam bhuri vishruvam. Karnabhyam means by both the ears of mine. Bhuri means complete or full or much. Vishruvam, may I hear. Tvam, about you. Medaya, with the intelligence. So here there are three words, Medaya and Dharana, and here again Medaya. Apihitaha means, Pihita means covered. Pihita means open. Apihitaha means covered. Which one? Brahmana koshaha asi. You are the kosha means the sheath of for Brahman. May shrutam gopaya. May mine shrutam, what is heard through the knowledge, what I heard and as in the form of knowledge, gopaya, may you protect, O God, O Lord. So here, the thing is that may he the supreme among all the Vedas, which is here, what is the supreme among all the Vedas? It is the Omkara. It is the one, Om is the one which is before the Vedas are chanted, and after the chanting of the Vedas, the word Om, Pranava, is chanted. And every mantra, wherever sections are starting, it starts with Om again. So it is the chief or the main one which is being known through the Vedas. And what does the word Om stand for? It is the pratika or the representation for Brahma. Because Brahma, we know Om iti Brahma prasaudi. That this is how the Brahma is known. Brahma is known as through Om. So we have heard this before also, that Om, Akara, Ukara, Makara, in the Mandukya Upanishad when we studied that. is representing Om. So Om is now in the universal form, through and through the Vedas, born of the immortal Vedas. This is born out of the Vedas that the sound Om has been born. O Lord, enliven me with the intelligence, that dharana, which is required for the understanding the Vedas, the mantras of the Vedas. O immortal Lord, may I be the processor. May I have the not memory alone. See, that is why the dharana word has got an importance here. Dharana is not smriti. Smriti is basically memory, to recall. Whereas dharana is not only having the memory of it, but it has got the other aspects of, is like the other auxiliary Vedas, what is prescribing it, like the way in the accent is to be done, enunciation has to be done, how it is to be pronounced, and what does it stand for. Not only the padartham, pada padartham, both the word meaning and the artha meaning, the what it stands for. Just knowing Om is a padartha. I mean, it is a pada mean word meaning. But pada padartha means padasya pada. The meaning of the word also becomes important for that one who has both these, not only the word meaning, the representation. For example, when we say Shiva, for example, we know that the Shivalinga is a representational for Shivalinga. But when we see Shivalinga, we are not seeing the stone alone. We are seeing through the Shivalinga the entire Shiva represented through by the stone. Same way, the entire Brahma, Brihatvad Brahma, the entire creation, or even the creation, including the Nirguna Brahma, and the Saguna Brahma Rupa of the creation, all of them are represented in the word Om, the Akara, Ukara, Makara. So every word has got Om in it, and every word is inside Om also. Both way we have to understand. That is what is the dharana here standing for. Why is Om in for every word? Akara, Ukara, Makara. The starting from the A to the closing of the mouth, U. So no word can be outside the range of Akara and Makara. So all words are included in the Om. And Om, since it is representation for the entire Saguna and Nirguna Brahman, it is the word for everything also. So from the sun, the moon, to the earth, the plants, animals, birds, insects, and the sand, everything, the name is included in the word Om, and Om is also in that name, because Akara, Ukara, Makara you can see in the word. So that is why the word that I should be the possessor. Otherwise, how can you possess the word Om? That word becomes possessed by you or owned by you or grasped by you only if you understand it in this way. That is why the word dharana is used here. And the other place it is used is medhaya. Medha is the intelligence aspect of it. The intelligence to, understand it in the correct way. May my body be fit. See, Shariram Adhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Shariram, body, Adhyam, be the first. Dharma Sadhanam, mean the means for Dharma. Any Dharma you want to do, Vaidika Dharma or Laukika Dharma, if your body is not in a fit condition, if it is riddled with sorrows, pain, or inefficiency, or tiredness, you will not have the fitness for you are doing the japa and tapa and meditation. all those things in. So may my body be fit is the student's prayer. May my tongue be the sweetest. Whatever I utter is about Brahman, because every word is a representation of Brahman. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. And every word is included in Brahma. So I should not be using my tongue in any negative way, any harsh way, because I will be ridiculing or decrying the very status of Brahman, which I am trying to achieve through this meditation. So, unless I have a sweet method of addressing, chanting, talking, and interacting with the fellow brahmacharis and the guru, let my tongue be with me in the sweetest way so that nobody is hurt or nobody becomes, upset with my words. With the ears much may I hear about this thing. Let my ears be in full attention. Let no word escape my ears that I may not be able to comprehend, so that the full attention, the listening to its 100% capacity and capability, both two are put together is called the capacity of the ears to be in its fit form. The sheath of Brahman art thou. Now it is addressing Om. Om is the sheath for Brahman, like a sword and the sheath for the sword. The sword is covered by the sheath, but it is the sheath. When removed, the sword is exposed. So both the covering and exposing of the sword is taken place using the sheath. So too are you, the Pranava, Om. You are covering Om by a single letter. You standing for Brahman, which is vast in nature, which yato vacho nivartande aprapya manasa saha. Neither the words can expose that, nor can mind reach that. That is the enormity or the omnipotency and omnisciency of Brahman. That Brahman which cannot be comprehended by the walk and the mind is now I am able to comprehend, because you cover that entire Brahman in one letter Om. But at the same time, the moment I hear about Om, from my understanding and my grasping of the word Om and its representational, the Pratika, I am able to appreciate the vastness of Brahman, or the capacity of Brahman, or the potency of Brahman. The omnipotency and omnisciency of Brahman is divulged or exposed through the word Om. So both the way as a cover as well as an exposure, it is the Om is the sheath for the Brahman. May thou protect what I heard. May Om, by chanting it in the beginning and chanting it at the end, protect the entire Veda which I am learning in the form of Brahma Vidya. That let be protected by Om when I chant in the beginning and chant in the end. That way you are there as protector for the entire Veda when I chant Om in the beginning and Om in the end. This is the invocation of the disciple praying to Pranava, to the sound symbol itself, the Om, which is representational of Brahman, for the benediction of the knowledge and other worldly possessions. Now, the word and the supreme among Vedas are told because Om is just one symbol, one syllable, which represents the entire Om, entire Brahman. And Brahman is the mother of all Vedas, because all Vedas have come out of Brahman. Tasya nishwasidam eva. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. In the Brihadaranya it says that it is the breathing from Brahman which produced the Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. So Brahman is the symbol for, Om is the symbol for that Brahman. Yet manifesting only in the Vedas, in the form of mantras. This Brahman is now accessible to me, which otherwise is not accessible to me, because your benediction, your kind-heartedness to divulge to me through the mantras of the Vedas in the universal form of Brahman is now brought in within the limits of words and chanting, and is audible and inaudible words of Brahman is presented in the words of the Vedas. So you are Tvameva Brahma. You are Brahman for me for all purpose, because Brahman is not attainable or thinkable by mind. So Om, you are also the Indra, means representing the Om, the Brahman itself. So that is the way in which it is why the word Rishabha is used. Rishabha, actually the Rishabha means is a bull. There is another meaning for Rishabha. But here the Rishabha meaning is the supreme among the Vedas. Next one is the teachers section. Avahanti vitanvanaha kurvana chiram atmanaha vasamsi mama gavascha annavanecha sarvada tato me shriyamavaha lomasham pasubhi saha swaha amayandu brahmacharina swaha vimayandu brahmacharina swaha pramayandu brahmacharina swaha dhamayandu brahmacharina swaha shamayandu brahmacharina swaha. So avahanti, Shri, who brings, Vitannvana, who increases. Atmanaha here means not of Atman. It here is the one who is praying. Mana, mind. Vasamsi means clothes. Gavascha. Mamsamsi gavascha. Mama. So clothes and cattle for me or mine. Annapanecha sarvada. Always food and drinks. Annam, panam. So means food and drink. Achiram kurvanaha. Soon, who does this? Kurvanaha. Tataha. Therefore, may, me, to me, lomasham pasubhi, woolly cattle, shriyam, fortune, avaha, swaha. Bring, swaha is the mantra for pouring oblation into the fire. So, let me explain till now. So here, the Shri aspect, Shri means is the prosperity part of it. Not only I should be physically fit and physically capable of understanding all those things, but for my survival, how do I survive? If my body will be fit only if I have the food and clothing and everything. So Gavascha, the cow, and Vasamsi, clothes in the form of either tree bark or the leather from the animals, which is recycled and used. So these are the type of clothes which they were having, Vasamsi. And here the word Lomasham Pasubhihi is a word used. There should be cattle, or basically talking about sheeps. Woolly sheeps means the sheeps which have got lot of wool. Because wool is another one which is used by these the Vedic people for, protecting themselves from the winter. So all these things are basically showing the wealth, Sri, of the teacher and the students. So all those things, brahmacharina, for the brahmacharis and by the brahmacharis. Ma is that, to me, the teacher also says, Swaha means, the word Swaha, you will hear it many times in the Vedas. The word Swaha is, I am offering this to you, is the meaning by the word Swaha. And all the offerings are normally done into the fire as oblation. Therefore, it is also believed that the name of the wife of fire god is also Swaha. So, when it is being offered to the fire, when the word Swaha is being done, instead, while the god is busy in doing the benevolent job, it is the wife who is receiving this on your behalf. That is the Shraddha or the faith, the one who are doing the Homa. In the Yaga, they believe in that. So you will hear the word Swaha whenever it is said. Please understand, it is the oblation offered into the fire and being accepted by the fire for the benevolation of those who are doing the yaga. So, Avaha, let Sri be brought to me for this Swaha. I am offering whatever is being oblated into this thing. Brahmacharina ma ayantu Swaha. So I am doing this oblation into the fire. Brahmacharina ma avayantu means may many brahmacharis come to me. So the teacher is now doing the yaga. And while doing the yaga, he is not only doing the yaga, he is also teaching the yaga to the brahmacharis who are already there in the ashram. Because they are going to become the teachers of tomorrow. So they should also know the ritual of doing this Homa, so that when they become the teacher, they should also do the same thing to their brahmacharis. And the cycle of teacher to the student and the student cycle, this cycle of transmission of knowledge from the teacher to the student will continue uninhibited. And for that purpose, let many brahmacharis come to me. Avayantu. Ma vi ayantu ma vi ayantu brahmacharina swaha. So let the brahmacharis may come to me very soon. Vi ayantu means vegata. Not only now, not only they should come in number, they should also come fast. Pramayantu. They come from all sides. It is not that I want students only from this region. No, let them come from all the sides, all over the world. Let them come to the Gurukula and learn this so that it spreads to maximum people and those who are people are being benefited. Damayandu Brahmacharina Swaha. Damayandu Swaha means self-controlled. Let these brahmacharis who are coming to me equipped with Dama and Shama. So Damayandu Shaya, Shamayandu Swaha. Both are being said that. So they should be having self-control, and Shama means peaceful, not quarreling type, They should be not only self-control, but they should also be peaceful in that. The swatic nature of the students is what the teacher is requesting while doing the oblation to the fire. So, Sri brings, increases ever my clothes, cattle, food and drink, does quickly and from all the sides bring students as good fortune to me, along with the woolly cattle, and let them come to me in number, not only to me in this thing, from not one, in many, let them come quickly, and let them come from all sides. May they be all be self-controlled brahmacharis. May they all be peaceful brahmacharis. So these mantras are to be uttered by the teacher, and the students will be learning that. They don't do the homa along with the teacher. The teacher is the one who is doing the oblation into the fire, and the students are learning the mantra so that when they become the teacher, they will also do the same thing. Who has attained the knowledge and prosperity while pouring the oblation into the sacrificial fire. So by doing this, he is requesting not only knowledge, prosperity, and all these oblations are for the knowledge, health, wealth. So please understand that wrong conception, if anything is there, that it is abandoning of everything is the method in Vedas. No. Vedas have got karma kanda important. Shankaracharya also very clearly insists on that. Karma kanda is important. It is part of the Vedas, and he uses even the word, Ardha Jaradiya Nyaya. It cannot be Ardha Jaradiya Nyaya. What is Ardha Jaradiya Nyaya? It is like that Ardha Jara means a person, he has become old by one half and the other half is youth. Can it any time happen? It can never happen, because the person is old means he is either fully old, or he is young means he is fully young. He can be half young and half old. So that is Ardha Jaradiya Nyaya. So he says that Vedas are in total. It has got Karma Kanda, it has got Upasana Kanda, it has got the Upanishad, Vedanta, the end or the Upanishad part of it. All put together is the complete Veda. So each of them has got their own importance. That is why here in the commentary to that, he has very clearly mentioned that these are all must for the students who are seeking to attain Brahmajnana, because without proper understanding dharana and doing the upasana, he will not have the chitta shuddhi or the pure mind or intellect to understand the intricacies of Upanishad. Yasho janasani swaha Shreyan vasvaso sani swaha tamtva sama pravishani swaha sama bhaga pravisha swaha means sahasra shake nibagaham tvai mrije swaha yata apa pravata ayanti yata masa aharjaram evam mam brahmacharinaha datarayandu sarvataha swaha prativasho asis pra ma bahi pra ma padyaswa. Now, jane, yasho jane asani swaha. Jane, among men, yashaha, famous, asani, may I become. Then he offers swaha. Let me become famous among men. Why? Only if he becomes famous can the brahmacharis know that there is such and such a guru, and therefore we should go to that guru. Like how the 6 brahmajnanis went to Pippalada because Pippalada was famous. So that we have learned in the Prashnopanishad, isn't it? So that is what we should understand, that when he is asking famous, it is not due to his ego. It is for the interest of transmitting this to more people. He want to become famous, not because of his ego. Vasyasaha Shreyan Asani. Among the wealthy, may I become superior. Again Swaha. Here again, his attitude is that, let me have enough wealth. Among the wealthy, I may become the superior most among the, so that even if the brahmacharis come in numbers, quantity, I should not have dearth in my wealth to maintain the Gurukula and teach them. Therefore, I am doing the oblation for the wealth, which will make me the wealthiest, so that I will not have a dearth of teaching to the maximum number of students. Bhaga tam tva pravishani swaha. Oh, for Bhaga means fortune, a Lord of Fortune. Here he is addressing the fire as Lord of Fortune. Tam tva, to unto thee, that pravishani, may I enter. Aham pravishani. May I enter into you as the fortune. Because when he is offering the oblation, he is asking the fire as a Lord of Fortune to become, to absorb him, so that he becomes the Lord of for the fortune, not become the part of the fire. In the sense here, the oblation is done with that attitude that the fire is a representation for the Lord of Fortune, and my oblation, by requesting may I enter you, is to me, that let be the all the fortune be bestowed on me, so that I become the Lord of the Fortune equivalent. Pagam saha tvam ma pravishya swaha. O Lord, not only that I enter you, I request you also to enter into me. So it is tadatmya bhava, oneness. The fortune, I become the Lord of Fortune, or you enter in me and I enter in you. There is no difference between you and me. Swaha. O Lord, tasmin sahasra shake tvai aham nivraje yata tata yata, just as tasmin, in that merging, sahasra shake, the thousands of branches of Vedas, how it is being mrje, purified in you by the keeping of the mantras and the oblation which is being offered to you. You are purifying the 1,000 branches of Vedas, because you are accepting all the Vedic mantras for the oblation, and you are the Sahasra Shake. Just as Yatha Apa Pravata Yanti, the Pravata Yanti, what the water which is flowing toward the lower regions finally merge with the ocean, or Masa Aharjaram. Aharjaram means into the years. How the months are merging. The months together, when they merge, you have the year. Or the water, when it is flowing down, together they merge into the ocean and become the large one. Same way, the thousands of shakas of Vedas, when they all of them are doing the oblation to you, you, O Lord Fire, here representing the Lord Fortune, you are purifying them. Same way, Data, O province, Data means O providence, Brahmacharina Mam Sarvada Avayantu. Let the Brahmacharis come to me from all sides, like the water is flowing into the ocean from all sides. Let the months, as the months are merging together to form the years, let brahmacharis also come from all sides, sarvata, into Mam, to me, for learning this Vedas from me and becoming, torch bearers for the Vedas. to wherever they go. Prativeshe asi ma prabhahi mam pravadyasva. Resort, prativeshe. Tvam asi, you are now to resort into me by pramahi, illumining me, and prapadyasva, and absorbing me into you. And now if I put it in a straight sentence, it will be like that. Among men, famous may I become, swaha. Superior to the wealthiest, maybe I be, swaha. O Lord, may I enter into thee, swaha. May thou, O Lord, enter into me, swaha. By thee of 1,000 branches, O God, I cleanse myself, swaha. As waters flow into the lower level, or as months run in towards the year, so to me, O dispenser of all, may the brahmacharis come from all sides, swaha. Thou art the place of rest. May thou illumine me. May thou absorb me into the swaha. So this is the way in which that mantra has been entered. And with this, the fourth Anuvaak is finished, which is from the point of view of the brahmachari as well as the teacher doing for himself. In the process of doing for himself, he is also teaching the brahmacharis to become teachers who, when they become teachers, they will be doing the same thing. So we have another 10 minutes. I don't think I can take the fifth Anuvaak today. I'll stop it here. The fifth Vaak is about the Shodashakala Purusha, which I will take it in the coming week, Friday class. That will be better. Because it teaches the meditation on Brahman through Vyahritis. So it needs a lot of explanation. Bhur Bhuvasva is important. So let me stop for today. Om Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha Shamno Bhavatvaryama Shamna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you. Dhanyavada.
Thank you so much, Bindaji, for this class. And as usual, at least for me, it raised things that I didn't think would come up just from my own review of the mantra ahead and so forth and the commentaries. So thank you very, very much. In a minute, I'll open up the opportunity for chat and to if anyone would like to come up also and speak and ask questions from Bindaji on today's class. This is the third class, and again, you can listen back on the classes here or also on YouTube. I also want to just mention for people again that in the up above you'll see pinned the opportunity to go into Dropbox. You don't need the app. You can migrate through and get to a PDF that Bindaji made for teaching this Upanishad that has both the Sanskrit, the transliterations, and an English translation of the mantras that are very helpful to even read ahead for sure and see where this Upanishad is going. So thank you so much, Bindaji. Anyone, please bring your doubts, questions, reflections up here so that we can all benefit, anyone at any level. And while I open up that opportunity, Prakash, if you have any thoughts or comments, go ahead.
Definitely. Thank you. Pranam Binduji. Thank you very much.
Pranam.
Pranam. So today you are, taking us into the concept of dharana. The question I have is, so in shifting this agency from saying the mantra, you embody the mantra through the invocation of the right sounds, the meanings, and the attributes. So in that process, I want you to give in more general terms how one holds on to some sound and how one maintains that. Because I think in dharana, you have these two components. Holding on to that, there is some effort there. And then maintaining is slightly more effortless, as you always narrate that beautifully in your classes. I just want you to give it because there might be many people in the audience, including me, who don't have this this background, right? So I was wondering if you can share a few words on that aspect, the outcomes of dharana and the process.
Thank you, Prakash. Dharana, as I explained, has got the two components: absorption and retention. Retention is a part of the memory which, as you rightly said, is possible for us to remember as words or repeating the words. Because if you are familiar to japa, as per se japa yoga, or even music for that matter, the most loved music of anyone, it will be always there on the tips of the tips of lips and tongue. It will not take any effort for you to chant a mantra or sing a song. But what happens is that when we are doing it, we tend to become automatic in those aspects. This is something which is very, very common, especially when people chant Vishnu Sahasranama or Lalita Sahasranama or any of those type of Sahasranamas, or any mantra diksha if they have taken from a guru and they are chanting that mantra for the time of meditation. What they do is they will start chanting it and it becomes mechanical, automatic for them, and their mind will start running around onto subjects which are of interest for the mind. That aspect is one thing which is very detrimental in memory part of it, in the sense that suddenly if you are stopped in between and asked to resume, you will not be able to do that. Now, I've seen this people playing a game called Statue. I don't know how many of you remember it. This is young kids play that. Suddenly they will say statue. And the other person to whom they said statue will have to become like a statue and stop whatever they have been telling. And then when they say that it is released or whatever, maybe I don't remember the name, the person who became suddenly quiet, making a sentence which was broken halfway through, 100 times out of 100 times I noticed that is unable to continue the statement. They will be able to start talking about it, but the sentence which was constructed and available in the mind is lost when they became statue. I mean, this is a very general topic I'm talking about, which shows that when you are doing a japa or a mantra or even a music song, Andakshari and type of the places where you are playing that, I don't know the English word for it. So when they do that, they normally pick up the first alphabet and do certain things. Because why? it is easy to remember to sing from that. But in between, if it is stopped and asked to sing, it will not be possible. But if you are having the dharana or the absorption in 100%, that will help you to even start from any place where you are stopped. That is the capacity of real dharana. Now, how do we make the absorption 100%? That needs 100% listening, because while listening, you will be listening to the sound from the one whoever you are, whatever the source is, the sound source. Second thing is that the sound has got all two aspects of it. One is the intended meaning implied through the intonation of the word. Suppose if it is a sweet word, loving word, it will have an intonation. If it is a scolding, it will have a different intonation. Or if it is, a sad statement, it will have a different one. So, sound, the words can be common for all the three examples which I gave, but the intonation makes the intent of the speaker. Now, when you are listening to that, you have to listen to both the sound representational meaning of the word, and the intonation. There comes the three aspects of it. That is pada, padartha, and bhava. What we call it even in music, it is got. But pada, padartha are the two important things there. The word and the word representing which artha. Artha means object. It can be a physical object, or it can be a mental object, or it can be an idea, emotion, thought, feeling, whatever it is. But it is all represented through a word. So the word has got a meaning, and not only the meaning indicates the object, but the object, when it is combined with the intonation, is having a totally different picture, which we don't give importance to it. A flower, when it is being offered to the feet of the Lord, if the intonation is not proper, the mantra will be chanted, you will be throwing the flower, but there is no conveyance of your inner feeling of your heart in the action. So what happens is that even though you know the meaning, you know the intonation, you know the purpose for which it is taking, but you are memorizing and chanting it as a mechanical thing. So what happens is that your heart is not there involved in the chanting. So a total picture, if you can keep all the things in mind, or dharana, memory is only one aspect of it. This aspect which is important is the pada, padartha, intonation, and bringing your involvement by your heart and soul into the activity. Whether it is you are talking, whether you are doing a flower submission, or you are giving a water to a thirsty person, or whether you are giving alms to a beggar, it can be anything. But there is this aspect of a surrender in your activity, then your action is conveyed to the receiver 100%. So the teacher who does that teaching has to have this attitude, so that the student, the brahmachari, receives the complete meaning of what he is teaching and is absorbing it in the full esteem and full meaning, so that there is no doubt in the mind of the brahmachari or the student who is listening to it when he is reproducing it or repeating it for his own purpose. This becomes the total word dharana. Even though it may appear to be just a 3-alphabet word, dharana, it has to bring in all these things what I've explained.
Thank you, Binduji. That was very in-depth insight into that. The reason I'm asking is a lot of times, even across many places, even when I was young, I've heard many people recite the mantras. So I always wondered, so it takes them into the dharana space. Yes, thank you. Now it's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash.
Namaste, Bindaji.
Namaste.
So, yeah, it's a beautiful session. Actually, again, pleasantly surprised because I think this is your signature. You make the blandest what are seemingly, I thought, oh, this is just a Karmakanda portion of the Upanishad. What can be there in this kind of thing? But you added so much flavor. And yeah, like it is your signature move, I think. Like even in these kind of shlokas, you put so much heart and give us so much juice out of it. So I was really enjoyed this session so much, actually. Like I never heard anybody deal with these kind of things. So I think really pranams to you and pranams to the gurus who cultivated such a thing in you. Thank you, Vrindaji.
Thank you, Srinivas.
Yeah, Prakash, thank you for your question because that brought out a lot. And it's just so good to always be reminded that things aren't the simple way that we think they are. Like, it's all just detachment and not really consider what the whole situation is and what detachment really is. So thank you, Prakash and Srini. Venkat, if you want to go ahead or if you want to just be with us, either way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to align my understanding with Hari Om Binduji.
Hariom.
The way I was trying to digest, I'm just so that I'm in the right path. The initial invocation, Tvameya Pratyaksham, Namaste Vayo, Tvameya Pratyaksham Brahmasi, that prana, all pervading prana, that Sutradhara, across that has been prayed with. Now, after in the fourth Anuvaaka, where it is getting assimilated within, that Samendro Medhayas Pranotu. It is, the first one is, I take it the prayer to Meda Devi, Saraswati. And then the second one, where there is a Shri is brought in, right? Tato me Shri Amavaha. That means, the Lakshmi Devi, the abundance, the one giver of abundance. The Meda Devi to now the abundance. But here the purpose is higher. Like I take it as Shreyas versus Prayas. The Shreyas is for the purpose of carrying the truth, understanding truth and assimilating truth. The abundance, this is a guru with a purpose and Shishya with a purpose. This I take it as the highest bhakti possible. And this is getting assimilated. This is how I'm digesting it, Banduji.
While I can't prohibit you from understanding it that way, because we are familiar with the Meda Devi and the Sri as Devi and all those things. But we should understand, Venkat, that we are talking about Taitareeya Upanishad of the Taitareeya Aranyaka before the Puranas have come into existence. So here, yes, Chandasam Rushavo Vishwarupaha. That is the one to whom the prayer is all, the entire prayer. That Rushabha, Om, which is Tum Brahmana Kosho Asi, you are the one which covers the Brahman and you are also representing the Brahman by exposing the Brahman. To that Brahman is what Meda and Sri is being asked by here in this Taitareeya Upanishad. While later Puranas, if you are bringing in, what you said is right. But that is not the period of the Taitareeya Upanishad. So, keeping the mind in the entire mantras, Yat Chandasam Rishabho Vishwarupaha, that Vishwarupa, Chandas Rishabha, is nothing but Omkara, Pranava. And that is the Brahmana Koshosi. You are the Koshaha, the sheath, both for covering the Brahman as well as for exposing the Brahman. To that, I am doing all these prayers. Medha, Dharana, and Shriyam, all those things. Lomasha, Pashubhi, all of them are prayers to that Om, through which I am asking Brahman indirectly. Because through a Shivalinga you are asking a Shiva, or a Shaligrama through Vishnu. Same way, here Om is a Pranava which is used for Brahman. Om iti ekaksharam Brahma. So therefore, Taitareeya Upanishad talks from Brahma point of view or Omkara point of view. But if you are taking the Puranas, what you said can be accepted as Meda Devi and Sri Devi.
Because I'm totally aligned with Vijay that Omkara, the Brahma Kosha, that is completely aligned with Vijay. I'm not deviating from that Veda, that Meda Devi, Jushamana, Naga, Jushachi, Badra, Sumanasyamana. That Meda Suktam exactly follows the same order.
Yeah. Yeah, Meda Suktam is separate, Sri Suktam is separate.
Separate.
It is there. Yeah.
They're in the same, I'm not going anywhere else. This is, I'm just seeing it, Binoji. That's all. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not even familiar with
I
Quran.
understand that because it's our tendency to, because when we are doing, this is why I said we should stick to the complete Anuvaaka. In that Anuvaaka, there is no Meda Devi or Sri Devi referred by the mantras. Because Brahmana Koshosi, Tvam Brahmana Koshosi. And who are Tvam? Vishwarupaha. You are the Vishwarupa. How? Yat Chandasam Rishabhaha. That chief mantra in entire Vedas. And you are there in the beginning, you are there in the end. So you are the protector of the entire Vedas. And therefore, whom else will I pray for my fitting, health, prosperity, everything, food and water and everything. So from that point of view, we should align to the Brahman. That's all.
Yes, Binoji. We will be in that boundary. Thank you, Binoji.
Thank you, Venkat.
Ganesh?
Namaste, Bindoji.
Namaste.
I just want to thank you when you explained the fact that how mind runs around with its interests while chanting, which is an everyday experience for me, and wondering how this mind can be focused on only the dharana part of it. And today you have explained it so well that it made me feel that it is not impossible, as I used to think always. And let me go. This fantastic explanation. Dharana has got everything in its meaning, I feel. Thank you, Prakash, for asking that question. How to sustain ourselves in that dharana. And Bindoji, you have explained it so well, and I'm very happy and blissful. And you told another thing, what Shankaracharya said about the Ardhajari Nyaya. Is that indicating at the fact that unless there is affluence of both materialistic and the spiritual aspects, I mean the material aspects, the spirituality is not the cup of tea for everything. As Vivekananda also says, if you go and talk philosophy to a hungry person, it will not go there. So is it what it is indicating that is it yoga bhoga samanvaya that he is pointing at, is what I just need some clarification about.
Well, you should understand that this Ardhajaradiya Nyayam is not to decry or foo away the Karma Kanda and Upasana Kanda and only concentrate on the Jnana Kanda.
Yeah.
You should understand that why it is important is because unless the Chitta Shuddhi comes from the Karma Kanda and mainly the Upasana Kanda, the entry into Upanishad will become very hard. People can get wrong impression and wrong ideas and, think that what is being taught by the Upanishad is confusing or contradicting itself without able to understand the meaning of it. If you get through this activity of Upasana, Karma and Upasana, you will be able to appreciate that only if you have the background of these two. Now, to have the background of this, why is the wealth important is that for the physical fitness, wealth and health both are equally important for the practice of everything, including Jnana Kanda. If you are, as Vivekananda said, to a hungry person, your Atman or Tattvamasi will not enter anywhere, or that will not happen. So I should understand that to whom is this teaching beneficial is a person who is having no, back of the mind worry that my health is bad or I have to pay the bills, electricity bills or all those sort of things which are there in the back of mind, and he is sitting here in the class. What will he understand, absorb? His mind will be running, how will I make the payment, or how will go and see the doctor, or how will I make the payment to the doctor, all those things. So it is only for the fit the Upanishad will be helpful. That is what it is to be understood.
Yes, Binduji. In that light, the aspects of the four Purusharthas could be very, very clearly understood now. Why they have been kept in such an order that for the moksha, the first three are to be very well accomplished, and then only it may be fruitfully attained. That could be understood very well now. Thank you, Binduji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ganesh.
Namaste, Binduji.
Namaste.
You kind of answered it, but with Ganesh's last question. My point is that when I was reading through that, what I noticed was the first prayer is for knowledge, and then the wealth and the health. The wealth is, I think it is pointing to peace of mind, as you so beautifully just explained. Because if your mind is busy, it is all preparing the mind for clarity. But my question is, why is the first prayer for knowledge? Is that knowledge for the insight that needs to happen, that the lower nature has to become at peace, at ease, and doesn't have to worry about anything? Because the word wealth is throwing off a little bit, because then you think, I need to make lots of money in order to be a teacher. And that comes with certain responsibilities. So, and that will take away again in focusing the mind on the clarity of the knowledge. So it is a little bit back and forth. Can you explain that a little bit?
Do you know the definition of wisdom, which is often quoted?
Yes. The Lord's
Please tell me.
Serenity Prayer, right?
Yes, serenity prayer. What is that?
God, give me the wisdom give me the understanding what I can change, and give me the wisdom to reject the things I cannot. It's something like that.
Okay, it is like this. Oh God, let me be taught about things which can be changed. Let me be told or learned or taught things which cannot be changed, and wisdom to know the difference. Wisdom is to know the difference between things which can be changed and which cannot be changed. Okay. In the world of things, there are things which is under your control. There are things which are under not our control. So to know what is in our control and that can be changed, it is up to you. What is not in our control, whatever we think we can do, we cannot control it. It is acceptance. When we accept that it is not in my control, let me accept the way it comes. When these two happens, what happens? This is the knowledge or the wisdom which we are talking about in the first part. So that the brahmachari is clear that when he has the dharana, he knows very clearly that if I am not going to get it, winter is getting onset is coming around, and I don't have enough, wool for stitching my woolen clothes or this thing. So he has to do two things: either get it fast or accept that it cannot be done this winter. I'll have to suffer with whatever is available. But that should not make him away from the attention of what is to be studied and practiced in the form of part of his rituals or day-to-day job. Just because I don't have that protection for the winter, I will not do this, I will not do that. That aspect should not come. So what happens is that when the wisdom is there, then only he can do that in forward planning, and so that the winter can be taken care. Things which can be changed can be under his control. Things which cannot be changed, I tried my best, but still I am falling short of this thing. Then manage it with whatever is available. That is where he thinks things I cannot change. So accepting it the way in which it is coming, and that is how he is getting mental peace. So the mental peace which he gets is by either changing things which he can change or accepting things which cannot change. That is what is called the knowledge or the wisdom.
Thank you, Binderji. Then it makes sense. Because it's all about prepping for the mind, right?
Right.
To get yes, okay.
Namaste, Hari.
A bit as usual. It was a very wonderful session. I was just thinking when you told about Vishnu Sahasranam, which I could correlate with it myself very well. I was just thinking because the 99% of the time which I give the offering, as you said, mind goes wandering here and there, and I was just thinking aloud. If you compare the premises with dhyana and dharana, can you say whether dhyana leads to dharana or dharana can instigate you to dhyanam, or is there any connection, or just I was thinking aloud, is it connected in any way? Can connect it in any way? Just I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, they are connected. See, that dhyana, dharana, samadhi is a process of the Patanjali Yoga Marga. But don't confuse it with the dhyana aspect of your nama japa or dharana when you are studying certain things. Even though it has got the similar application there in the samadhi application also, but when the Vishnu Sahasrama particular case, what you said is that what you are doing is not dhyana by mind wandering and you are doing the chanting. You are doing something, or what you call mechanically. When with the dharana, each time, Om Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhutakrit Bhutakrit Bhavo Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavana. Each word has got a word meaning, and that word meaning should come into your mind. You should not run through the chanting just for the sake of completing the chanting. The word Vishwam means the moment the word Vishwam is chanted, you should know what the words stand for. That way, when you do it, that is why Archana is much better than chanting it. Om Vishnave Swaha. Like that, when you are doing that push Archana or each one, that time you get enough time to think about the complete word meaning and the padartha which is represented. Sahasravahave is a word, one you will find it in the Vishnu Sahasrama. So what is the Sahasrabhave means? 1,000-handed entity means there is no place where it is not touching. That is the indication of it. Sahasrabahu means thousands of hands. Means there is no place where it is not touching. Which means it is permeating through and through everything. That is why in and out. That each word has got a meaning, and then when you do that, that is the time when you are really doing the dhyana. For that, the dharana of the word pada padartha and the things which I told you will come handy for it. Even though dharana, dhyana, samadhi is the sequence in the Patanjali Sutra, that you will find the same thing applicable there also.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a nice take.
Thank you so much, everybody who has joined us today. I think we'll go ahead. We're near the end of our time as usual. I just want to thank you so much, Binduji, and like Srini expressed, thank you for just bringing us true depth instead of, the things that we may be expecting to hear. It means so much. And thank you everyone for being with us. And in the future, please do feel free to come up and talk about the things that are on your mind, as Karen and Hari just did. It was really nice to see you again, Hari and Karen. It had been a long time. So again, we'll meet again for what will be the fourth class on Taitareeya Upanishad. That'll be this Friday at 8:30 p.m. IST, or this Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time to help people out around the world. And we'll continue the class, and anyone who's new in this house, please feel free to tap the icon and join. And, right away the replays are available here, and with some little bit of delay, there also will become available on the YouTube channel called Advaitic Talks. Not Advaita, but Advaitic Talks. So, thank you everyone, and especially Binduji. It's such a very good fortune to know you, and I think we're all very grateful. Prakash, did you have anything to say, or shall we let Bindo close?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Let Binduji close the room. Thank you.
Hariam Bindo.
Thank you, Atmisha. Thank you, Atmisha. Thank you, Prakash, Srini, Venkat, Ganesh, Karin, Hari, and all those who are in the listening audience.
Thank you,
Thank you
Binduji.
all once again. We meet you on Friday. Hari
Hari
Om.
Om. Good night.
Namaste.
Thank you. Hari
Good
Om.
night.
Good night.